Hello everyone, this is part 21 of What If Naruto Was Trained by Anko, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to see more, comment down below. Now let's Naruto spat out some blood and glared at Orochimaru. He was holding his blade, trying to keep it from going any deeper. Lucky for him, he was able to redirect the attack from his heart. The Sannin was grinning at him. Very quick reflexes, boy, but it will not help you, Orochimaru said and pulled out his sword. It cut his hands and Naruto threw up more blood. He was on all fours as Orochimaru prepared to behead him. Orochimaru was stopped by a fist. He was sent bouncing across the group but was quick to recover. He looked up to see Tsunade breathing heavy and protecting Naruto. What do you think you are doing, Tsunade? Orochimaru asked. She ignored him and gave Naruto a quick look. Shizune, get over here and take care of him. Jiraiya, get off your ass and help me deal with this snake. Tsunade barked out. She bit into her thumb and smeared blood on her palm. Orochimaru quickly made his way to Kabuto. The man was able to get some blood on the tattoo. Jiraiya did the same as Tsunade. All of them put their hands on the ground. Kuchio's no jutsu. Summoning jutsu, they all said. The smoke cleared and 3 Colossus summons appeared. Naruto looked to see them before passing out. Shizune was furiously working to save his life. Naruto groaned and slowly opened his eyes. It took some time for his sight to adjust. When they did, he realized that he was in bed. His hands and chest were heavily bandaged. He let out another groan and it alerted the person in the room. Well, you're finally up. Naruto looked to see Tsunade. She walked over and put a green glowing hand over his wounds. He felt a little discomfort but the pain was quickly going away. After a while, she stopped. Well, you're doing all right. Another day and you can move around without Jiraiya carrying you. Carry, where are we? What happened? He asked groggy. We're at a hot spring resort along the road to Konoha. Jiraiya and I managed to beat back Orochimaru but he escaped. We left as soon as the battle was over and after Shizune healed you enough to be moved. Tsunade explained. Well, I heal pretty fast so I won't be a burden. Naruto said. Tsunade scoffed in humor before falling into a silence. You know, no one has ever spoken to me like you have. Anyone who has usually ends up in the hospital. But, your actions woke something up within me. Maybe I did need a slap in the face. She said with a chuckle. Anytime you need one, you can call on me. The blonde said with a grin. Don't get cute with me, brat. That will never happen again. Anyway, Tsunade took off the necklace off the neck. You won the bet so this belongs to you. She put the necklace around his neck. She then kissed his forehead, making him blush. You better not disappoint me, Naruto. I'm putting all my faith in you. With that, Tsunade stood and made her way out. Naruto smiled and looked at his new necklace. It took 2 days for the group to return to the village. Naruto was healed enough to walk on his own. They entered through the gates and Tsunade took in everything. She thought that she would hate being in the village but she was actually glad to be back. That's when their attention was diverted. Naruto. 2 female voices called out. Everyone turned to the sound. Naruto was surprised to see who it was. Sakura, Lee, Hinata-chan. Naruto said with surprise. Hinata-chan? Asked an amused Tsunade. Naruto gave her a dirty look before the 3 walked up to them. Sakura was helping Lee who looked better. Tsunade also noticed Lee's injuries. She was curious about them. What are you guys doing here? Lee, are you really okay to be out and about like this? Naruto asked. Never better, my friend. It is thanks to Sakura-chan that I am doing well. Most of my injuries are healing up nicely. However, I am not out of the woods yet. Lee said. Is that so? Tsunade said, gaining their attention. She looked at Sakura. Care to explain to me why? Tsunade asked. Sakura was a little put off by the attention but she looked at Tsunade with confidence. Well, while his muscles and bones are healing, there are fragments of his bone in the spine. I found them when I doing his physical therapy. Sakura explained. What type of therapy? Naruto asked. None of your business. Sakura exclaimed. Hinata giggled at her as Sakura recomposed herself. Anyway, to do a surgery on the spinal column is fatal. It can only be done by someone with some incredible skill. The only one I can think of is Tsunade-sama. That's not bad. I'm especially impressed with how you found out. I have an idea of the therapy that you used. Tsunade said. Sakura and Lee was blushing while Hinata giggled. That's when they were interrupted by two ninja who just appeared. Welcome back, Tsunade-sama. The elders are waiting for you. One of them said. Well, that didn't take long. She said. She turned back to the genin, three of them surprised. Anyway, brat, you're dismissed. Remember to take it easy. I'll see you around. With that, the adults walked away. Naruto turned to look at everyone who was looking at him with shock on their faces. He just sighed and began his tale. It would be nightfall when Naruto entered his apartment. He was going to get some well-needed sleep. That's when he was tackled from behind. He tussled with his assailant before making a signal. 20 clones came out of nowhere and dogpiled the two. After a few minutes and a few clones lost, Naruto's attacker was hog-tied. The group cheered for their success. That's when Naruto dispelled them and faced his attacker. He grinned while she glared at him from her position. You do know that my next attack will not be pleasant? Anko asked. Yeah, but I'm the victor this time. Naruto said. He cut the wires and Anko was freed. Rubbing her wrists, she made her way to get her stash of sake. After pouring a cup, Anko looked at Naruto. So, I heard that you had some adventure. Did you get along with the pervert? Anko asked. We had issues but we got the job done. I ignored him for most of the trip. I did the same with the old lady but I've warmed up to her somewhat. Shizune is the best out of all of them. Ran into your sensei, he tried to kill me but got his ass kicked. That's pretty much the life of Naruto. What about you? Naruto asked. Well, took Iruka out on the mission. He kept playing hard to get. Arrived to the temple, had to fight two large snakes. Met Suki, she nearly crushed me but she accepted me and saved my two personal summons. Brought her to the village, introduced to the higher-ups and now, the village has the snake contract. That's pretty much the life of Anko. Anko answered. So, we kicked ass? Naruto asked. Oh, we kicked ass. Anko answered with a grin. The two fist bumped before falling into a comfortable conversation. At the same time in Raichido Dragon Ground Cave. A long roar was vibrating throughout the cave. Two serpents were sent slamming into the wall. The two cowered before the gaze of Manda. You fools. How could you allow her to escape? Manda roared. We're sorry Manda Dono. One of them said. Manda was about to crush them when Orochimaru's voice caught his attention. I do not like being summoned here, Manda. The snake boss turned and glared hard at the man. It is because of you that we are in this situation. I should have killed that girl when I had the chance. Manda shouted. Orochimaru looked confused, only enraging him more. Your student has freed Suki. Suki, I don't believe we have had the pleasure of meeting. Orochimaru said smoothly. Then she would have killed you. She hates you more than I. She demanded, that I cut ties with you. I should have listened. Now, your village has a strong ally. Are you actually afraid, Manda? The Seikyo no Awahebi, strongest colossal serpent, is actually afraid, the man mocked. Do not mock me. Should Suki find her worthy, she can teach her senjutsu. Manda roared. Orochimaru lost his smile. This amused the serpent. Yes, Suki can give her the power to kill you. How does it make you feel? Know that this is your fault. Now leave. Orochimaru ignored the attitude and left. He needed to get some information. Back in Konoha, as the two conversed, Naruto remembered the reason that Anko went for the contract. Hey, what did your boss say about me signing the contract? Naruto asked. Suki is willing but she stresses that the snakes and toads are enemies. It's all on you now. If you can convince your boss into a meeting, then maybe it is possible. Anko said. Okay, I try and talk to Gamabunta. Say, can't you just give Iruka-sensei a break? He's kind of jumpy. Naruto said. You know, the way he acts, I'm going to start thinking that he doesn't like me. Anko pouted. You broke into his place and used his shower. Then you refused to cover yourself when he found you. Naruto explained. Please, he loved it. The little man in his pants did. Anko said with a grin. Naruto just groaned and pinched the bridge of his nose. Weeks passed and Tsunade settled into her role as Hokage. The Jonin easily chose her and she went right to work. She dealt with some people at the hospital, including Kakashi and Sasuke. She read reports and files them by importance. She also dealt with the Suna situation and the alliance was still there. In all, Tsunade was doing a good job. Today, she was in her office, facing two genin. Their sensei were there to see the ceremony. Due to watching the video, the recommendations of the judges and reports from several other shinobi, I am proud to announce that Nara Shikamaru and Uzumaki Naruto have been promoted to Chunin. Congratulations, you two. Shikamaru groaned but was elbowed forward by Naruto. The two were presented with their vest. Tsunade was amused by Naruto's antics. She continued to talk. With this position, I will be expecting much more from you two. Wear those vests with pride. You are all dismissed with the exception of you, Kakashi. There are some things that we need to talk about. Tsunade said. Everyone filed out, Naruto shouting, Yahoo, along the way. Now alone, Tsunade's amusement vanished. She gave Kakashi a serious look. She then pulled out a folder. About a week ago, I was looking into your student, Haruno Sakura. I was very interested in her treatment of Rock Lee. The girl has some skill with what little she has learned and it is very hard to impress me. I was very surprised to see that she was removed due to mental anguish because it did not look that way to me. I spoke to Mitsune and she explained everything to me. She also gave me her folder. Tsunade said, putting her hands on the folder. I am happy that she has recovered but I am disturbed by what Mitsune wrote down. What exactly did she write? Kakashi asked curiously. She is recommending that I remove her from your leadership. In fact, she recommends that I disband your whole team and truthfully, I am considering it. Tsunade said. Are you seriously considering that? Is it just because I did not speak to Sakura after her first kill? Kakashi demanded. It's more than just that. Mitsune believes that Sakura will not grow under your command. Mitsune credits Naruto for her growth of skill, not you. She even thinks that the hospital staff are better teachers than you. Besides the tree climbing exercise, you have not taught the girl anything. Tsunade commented. Mom, I was just trying to deal with Sasuke. Unlike the other two, he has the most reason to leave the village. Kakashi explained. So you gave the Uchiha everything just to soothe his ego? Tsunade asked. To keep him loyal. Kakashi countered. That is the stupidest reason I have ever heard. If Sasuke has a loyalty problem, then he will face the same consequences as any unloyal ninja. All I hear from you are excuses for your favoritism. At least my sensei had the stones to admit his mistakes when it came to his team. Tsunade said harshly. The comment made Kakashi angry but Tsunade didn't care. She put the folder away before looking at Kakashi. From now on, your team is disbanded. Sasuke is being suspended due to him leaving the village without permission. It will only be for 2 months. Sakura, I am assigning her to Shadow Shizune for a while. Naruto is going to be placed in the main forces for a while. Those two can use the experience. Should I reform your team, I will do it under someone else as you have proven unreliable for the job. That's my ruling. You're dismissed. Kakashi quickly left the office, leaving Tsunade to her work. She really didn't care that Kakashi was angry or if his feelings were hurt. He needed to see that he was a failure as a teacher and move forward. She ignored it for now and turned back to her work. She was searching for a way to increase a young Genin's chances of survival. Chapter 42 Sakura just looked on in shock and awe. She had to blink a few times just to make sure it wasn't a dream. However, it was no dream and this was real. Sweet merciful Kami, the Hokage has doomed us all. Sakura said. This made Naruto do a face fall. He was quick to get up and glare at his teammate while Hinata and Anko giggled at him. Really? You couldn't even say congratulations Naruto. Nice job Naruto. You are a ninja god, Naruto. He whined. First of all, you are no ninja god. Secondly, this is you were talking about Naruto. As a Chunin, you have to be able to lead a team. Name one time that you led someone. Naruto was about to retort when Sakura cut in. That doesn't include your clones pranking the village, you clones attacking Anko or your clones eating ramen. Naruto shut his mouth and pouted. Anyway, my Ototo, little brother, is a Chunin and we have to celebrate. Ramen guy, bring on the ramen and the sake. This party is on me tonight. Anko said, slapping several ryo on the counter. Tenchu was more than happy to oblige. Naruto was curious as to where Anko got so much money. Where did you get so much ryo? You got another job or something? Please tell me you didn't get drunk again. Naruto asked. Nope. I just won cash and dango for life due to your promotion. I made out like a bandit. Anko stated. You know you owe me 10% of those winnings. He informed her. Anko just gave him a look. How about I owe you 5 across the eyes? Anko threatened. Sakura and Hinata just watched as the two argued. Sakura shook her head once again. Yeah, the Hokage has doomed us all, she said. Everyone at the ramen stand found it amusing. Anko made her way to her apartment, sober. It was a very rare occurrence, but Anko knew when to stop. Also, she had a mission tomorrow and didn't want the hangover during it. As she neared her place, she saw that Kakashi was there. Knowing Kakashi lived on the other side of the village, she could only wonder why he was here. You got lost or something, Hitaki? Anko asked. The man faced her with an angry expression. I guess you're feeling pretty proud of yourself, Kakashi said with a tone. Depends. If you're talking about Naruto making Chunin, then yes, because that was because of me. If you're talking about your private chat with the Hokage, then yes, because it looks like she said or did something to displease you. She disbanded my team. Sasuke is suspended, Sakura and Naruto are being reassigned. Huh, I lost that pull, she said offhandedly. You think that this is a joke? Kakashi exclaimed. Because of your influence on Naruto, my team is gone. You just destroyed a team that could have been the next Sannin 3 ninja. That's not too far off if you think about it. I'm pretty sure Sasuke will betray the village soon, Anko said calmly, which deeply angered Kakashi. Anko was starting to get annoyed, so she decided to end Kakashi's little blame party. Look, if you want to blame someone for all this happening, then look in the mirror. I'm not to blame for this, Kakashi shouted. Don't pull that innocent crap. You were Team 7's sensei. You were supposed to guide them and bring them together. Naruto is a disrespectful little brat, but guess what? You did nothing even earn that respect. Sakura was a pathetic Kunoichi and you did nothing to help her improve. Sasuke was nothing more than an entitled, spoiled, jealous little creep who expected everyone to give in to his demands, which you did so spectacularly. The failure and disbanding of your team rest on your shoulders, Anko said. She bumped Kakashi's shoulder and opened her door. As she entered her apartment, she had a little bit more to say. You were right about one thing, Hitaki. You had a team that could have been the next Sannin. The only difference between you and the Sandaime Hokage-sama is that he had the balls to admit that he screwed up. With that said, the door was slammed in his face. Kakashi stood there for a while before leaving her complex. Sasuke was making his way home after hours of training. It did little to ease his frustrations. He was frustrated with his progress to kill Itachi. Part of the problem was Naruto's interference, but it was a small part. The fight showed him that everything he has done was fruitless. Itachi effortlessly defeated him and made him look weaker than before. He made him relive that horrible day over and over. He took it as punishment for his weakness. He was not getting stronger. Sasuke wondered if it was Konoha that held him back. Sure, Kakashi was a strong Jonin and focused on him, but Itachi beat him too. Even with the Chidori, he couldn't hit him. Konoha may have produced people like the Kiroi no Senko, Yellow Flash, and the Sannin, but who has Konoha created lately? As he thought about this, a conversation caught his attention. I can't believe that those two made Chunin. Yeah, they had some great matches, but to be promoted. A man Sasuke assumed was a civilian said. Sasuke had forgotten all about the exams. He began to wonder why he was not called to get his vest when the shinobi with the guy spoke. Hey, those two deserve that promotion. Shikaku's boy had that Tsuna Kunoichi on the ropes from the word go. I wouldn't mind him leading as he is his father's son. Also, Naruto is some kind of battle genius. The way he defeated the Hyuga prodigy around like he was a new genin. Those two will be a welcomed addition to the rank. The shinobi said. Okay, I defer to your experience because you're a ninja. Still, wouldn't you want the last Uchiha as a Chunin? The friend asked. Truth be told, I never understood the hype of that kid. Yeah, he's an Uchiha, but I knew a few before the massacre. In Uchiha terms, he's above average. The Chunin said. He suddenly stopped and spun around quickly. His friend looked worried. What's up? He asked. I don't know. For a second there, I thought someone was about to attack me. Kakashi stood in front of the memorial stone in complete silence. He just looked at the names, deep in thought about his decisions. No matter how much he reasoned his action, how much he mentally explained them, Anko was right. Everything that had led up to this point was on him. He favored Sasuke to the point that the boy believed he was untouchable. He ignored Sakura and wasn't there to help her through her suffering. He lost the respect of Naruto and had no hand in his growth. He was a terrible sensei and his own sensei would be appalled at his choices. He even knew that Rin and Obito would be disappointed in him. Kakashi came to the realization that he had to become a better person before he could mend the rifts he caused. The way he was now, it would only hinder him. His journey in becoming better would have to start with him talking to someone. There was a lot for him to vent. Afterwards, he was going to find Naruto and Sakura. He was going to apologize for his neglect and pray that they accept this. It was the right thing to do. Naruto led Sakura and Hinata to an open field. The new Chunin wanted to show the two his new jutsu that he learned while on the road. He also wanted to talk to Gamabunta about allowing him to sign Anko's contract. Sakura and Hinata were a little worried about that. I don't think this is a good idea, Naruto-kun. Hinata said. I'm with Hinata. This just seems stupid. Sakura added calmly, you two have been complaining about this since I got you. Look, I want to sign Anko Onizan's contract. I know that both groups have a bad history and I need to arrange some kind of sit-down so that they could talk. Naruto explained. Naruto, the Gama and Hebi clans have never gotten along. Even when Orochimaru was a Konoha nin, they only tolerated each other. What makes you think all of that is going to change just because Anko has a different version of the Hebi contract? Sakura asked seriously. I can be pretty convincing. I convinced you to become a better Kunoichi. Hell, no one thought that was possible. Naruto said cheekingly. Sakura gave him a dirty look. Hinata tapped Naruto in his side. Stop antagonizing Sakura, Naruto-kun. Besides, don't you think summoning a huge toad may upset the Hokage? Hinata asked. Nah, Tsunade Granny won't do nothing. I just tell her I was training. Naruto said confidently. Naruto stepped forward and was about to bit into his thumb when someone appeared. Naruto was startled by who it was. Sasuke. The two females walked up to Naruto and saw that it was indeed Sasuke. However, the three were on edge as Sasuke gave Naruto a very dark and menacing glare. They watched as he walked up to them, his fists clenching and unclenching. The Sharingan was piercing right at Naruto, which made him uneasy. Naruto prepared himself just in case. What's wrong with you? Naruto asked. Fight me, Sasuke demanded loudly. That surprised the three. What? I said, fight me. First off, I would watch the attitude. Secondly, why would I fight you? You seem to be very angry with me for some reason. Naruto said. You think you're so great. You think just because you brought back that woman to be Hokage and she promoted you, that you're so great. Exclamation mark. You're nothing. I don't care if you're a Chunin. You are still a know-nothing dead last. Sasuke exclaimed loudly. His rant was very shocking to them. Are you actually jealous? Naruto asked surprised. Sasuke glared at him harder. Holy shit, he is. Enough. Fight me. Sasuke, you need to calm down. We can talk about this. Sakura said, trying to be peacekeeper. Shut up. No one is talking to you. Sasuke spat. Sakura glared at him for his attitude. However, I am talking and you need to calm down. She shouted at him. You are threatening someone of higher rank and there are consequences. Yes, Naruto reached Chunin but he earned it. If you want to act like a spoiled child, then do it alone. Sakura turned to Naruto. Come on Naruto, we can do this another time. I agree with Sakura. Let's go. Hinata added. Yeah, we can do this later. Naruto said. The trio decided to leave. This only enraged Sasuke further and he went through hand seals. Kaiten, Gokakyu no Jutsu. Fire release, great fireball technique, Sasuke roared and launched a large ball of fire. The three turned around to see the attack coming at them. Naruto was quick to come out of his shock to do his own jutsu. Suten, Suijinheki. Water release, water wall, Naruto shouted and spat out a large torrent of water. It formed a wall of water and drowned Sasuke's fireball. There was a little steam that cleared out quickly. Naruto stopped his jutsu only for Sasuke to come at him. Naruto blocked the punch and redirected it. He jumped and planted both of his feet into Sasuke's chest. Sasuke was sent flying and hit the ground with a thud. Naruto was quick to his feet with a pop-up. He quickly checked his two friends. You guys alright? Naruto asked urgently. Why yeah, I am fine. Hinata answered. I'm okay Naruto. Sakura answered as well. The two joined him as they looked at Sasuke who was slowly getting up. Naruto glared at Sasuke and took off his coat. You two need to go. It's me he wants, it's me he'll get. Naruto said. What? We can't leave you. Hinata exclaimed. Hinata is right. Sasuke has gone off the deep end. He's going to kill you. Sakura added. This is not up for debate. I am ordering you to get out of here. I'll hold him off until you get help. Naruto shouted. Well, I'm ignoring your order, dummy. Sakura said and faced Sasuke. Hinata did the same, making Naruto sigh. Fine, but back me up. Naruto said. The three prepared themselves as Sasuke glared at them. I'm going to break you, loser. I'm going to have you laying at my feet broken. Sasuke spat loudly. We'll see about that. Naruto said. The two roared and charged at each other, Sakura and Hinata following behind him. That will be it for this video. If you want more, comment down below, like, subscribe. And see you guys later.